Well, hello there, B-Shine. I'm J. Ross Parrelli. I think when you first have to kind of define what hip-hop culture is, and to me, hip-hop culture is community. It's really being a part of your community. So the first time I was ever exposed to community was through my father, who started an Auburn Boys and Girls Club. So our little hometown, where all the youth are running around crazy, rampant, starting fires and partying. Not that I would throw any parties. He found a community-based program that could bring youth and get youth and teens involved and get them off the streets. Besides, the Boys and Girls Club and just actively being a member in the community at a young age, my dad used to make me dress up as a little elf, as he would dress up as Santa, and he would bring us to the hospitals. And it was through that meaning of developing, I guess, really just seeing people smile, like seeing the joy that this brings the community and just people in general. I fell in love. I fell in love with not the attention as much as just being a performer, as being there in the moment, as having a stage and being able to say what I wanted to say that was going to affect the community in a positive way. So I think it started when I was about 2 or 3. And then the competition with my brother. I have 4 brothers, so all of our names begin with J, so we always thought we were the J5. And I wanted to be Michael, and so did my brother. So that competition drove both of us to be better. And I think between, just that family vibe really inspired me. My brother, he's 2 years younger than me, but I used to spy on him. I used to search through my little door, and he'd be playing Tribe Called Quest, and he would be playing Busta Rhymes, and when I heard Phife Dawg, I thought, who is Q-Tip? Like, that just really, it sparked me to figure out, what is this thing called hip-hop? Like, what are we listening to? What are you doing? And he would have his buddies over, and they would all cipher, and I just kind of stood there, like, rapping to myself in the corner. But I would say early on, like around 12 or 13, is when I saw hip-hop. I found hip-hop, but I didn't know hip-hop until I was probably 22, 23. So really, it took me a while for it to kind of grow on me and figure out what the meaning of hip-hop was, I started off in reggae. So I was constantly, again with my brother, we ended up starting a band together by the time I was 22. We had a band and we called it Heart, Life, and Soul, and we were the brother-sister duo. So we would play festivals all over the West Coast. And then I met KRS-One. And when KRS-One brought me on stage, it was kind of that fundamental turn where I was like, oh, we can do this, and we need more collaborations. Like, that's how we're gonna get ourselves out. So the turning point, and the more as far as like marketing and getting myself out there and networking, was through these festivals and through collaborating with well-known artists. After KRS-One, there was Raekwon, there was Supernatural. He really inspired me. We used to drive up and down the coast from LA to the Bay, and he would teach me how to freestyle. And it was just amazing to be one of his students and really not let it go to your head, still staying humble, but knowing, like, I want to be as good as Supernat, if not better. So it's all those collaborations that really made the difference. Oh, my family is amazing. And I think at a young age, my father, when I was 15, my father would bring me to these karaoke bars. And all the old men would be up there, hey, sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And I'd be like, but I want to sing Missy Elliott, So from an early age, they were just so supportive. And probably to this day, my parents, my family, they're my biggest supporters. Some of my biggest challenges are just being accepted. Keep maintaining a really respectable composure, really maintaining a positive image for women, and knowing that I don't have to cut myself short. It's really easy in this industry to have sex and get to the top. It's just, any industry I think is like that, but this one specifically. And one of my pride and joys is that I can look my grandma in the eye. I can kiss my mama on the lips, because it's all the respect that gets you to where you need to be. So I think the true challenge is, you know, really staying true to who you are, really staying true to your roots. Initially, two different tours really hit my mind when you said that, and one is going to Nigeria. I was out there for 2 months singing backup for a reggae artist, a Nigerian reggae artist, and it got to the point, he was very political, and got to the point where we were actually tear gassed on stage. And you know, being in front of 40,000 people and getting tear gassed and not knowing, you know, even which way the stage is because your eyes are burning, or which way to get off the stage, or are they going to take your equipment? Are they going to take us? Are we going to get kidnapped? What's going on? You know, I think between that and the Warped Tour, the Vans Warped Tour was one of the most tedious tours I've ever been on in my life. 52 days, 48 cities, myself and 14 guys on a tour bus. So, you know, different levels of, well, I want to take a shower, whereas they don't care if they take a shower, you know, so there's different challenges that you have to face, but those two by far molded me and my character more than any. My most proudest accomplishment is working with the youth. So we have, myself and 2 partners, we have a business called Beats, Lyrics, and Leaders. And it's a series of workshops and conferences, and we really work a lot with Native youth. Right now we just got our first major grant, so we're working specifically with Oregon right now to develop an artist development program where we can get youth involved and really teach them and give them hands-on experience in the music industry. So that definitely is probably the most grounding work that you could do, is work with 13-year-old girls who don't know themselves, or who have, you know, been molested or been even raped by family members, and then coming out here and going to a battle in the Bronx. The diversity of it, and taking that with you, and still being able to stay strong, letting go of your ego, you know, all those things. But these youth, I would have to say, are my biggest strengths and biggest accomplishments. More than anything, I want to be a community builder, and that could be on a local level, that could be a music community, that could be a global level, but I really want to be one that challenges the norms. So if the norm is Beyonce and Jay-Z, I'm going to challenge that, and really bring that community vibe to it. So say if you're gonna remember me, when you remember me, remember for the passion of community and the passion of just bringing people together.